gentlemen, welcome to the Sunday Night Heat on the Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, the show where I like to discuss and rant about topics in the WWE presently that get me and hopefully you out there fired up. I am your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. You can follow me on Twitter at RealKyleMasters. You can also follow the podcast itself on Twitter at NoHoldsBarredWP. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All the links will be in the description below. If you would like to join in on the conversation and have your comments, rants, or questions read and discussed on the show, tweet at me, guys, or send me an email, or drop a comment on the YouTube video. As always, this episode of the Sunday Night Heat is broadcast live on Spreaker Radio at Spreaker.com/NHBWP, and after it is finished, it is posted on our YouTube channel in full. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, so without further ado, let's get fired up. All right, first topic this week, and before we get into that first topic, guys, this episode of the Sunday Night Heat is brought to you by Bootios. They make sure you ain't booty. Had to get that plug in, guys, before we get into it, so let's get into it now. Plug's done. All right, first topic this week, Roman Reigns, guys. Yes, the much talked about topic in the last couple of weeks, from winning his World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania till now. The one thing I want to talk about is his catchphrase. It's got to go. It's terrible. If you guys don't know what the catchphrase is, and you've been under a rock the last couple of weeks, this is it. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. This is by far the worst thing I've ever heard. I'm not even kidding. Like, why does WWE insist on having this guy say this every week, especially since he's not a heel? I feel like this is more what a heel would say than anything else. I mean, I know the lyrically it's not heelish, but you know what? I just feel like a heel would be more of the person to see this. But speaking of, he needs to turn heel already. Like, when he says shit like that, he's got to be heel. 100%. Now he's facing AJ Styles at Payback, and we don't even know what the hell is going on. Who's the heel, who's the face, because you got the Bullet Club in the mix. So what the hell is going on? The guy gets so much heat, no matter what city or even country, for that matter, he's in. And it's only going to get worse from here. Like, can you imagine? The Chicago crowd at Payback is going to eat this dude alive. Also, he's a very boring champion. Very boring. Like, a really, monotonous, Randy Orton style champion. Like, he's had 0 matches since becoming champion. Didn't he say he was a fighting champion? Liar, Roman Reigns. You are lying to me. You are lying to all of us. Just like all the fans have known for the past year, he feels rushed. That's what makes him one of the things he's boring. He feels way too shoved down our throats type. Like, I really hope AJ Styles wins the title at Payback. Please save us, AJ Styles. Please. Bring the Bullet Club. Bring Finn Balor. Bring them all. Help us get this title off this dude. And you know what? I know it's not Roman's fault, okay? I know it's WWE basically telling him what to do and what to say. He's a company guy. He's going to do what he's told, right? It sucks. It's boring and it's monotonous, and again, it's something we don't want. And it's crazy to think that just over a year and a half ago, when the Shield was still together, he was actually over. This guy was getting cheered every time he said something or they mentioned him in the Shield. He was never getting booed. Never. Damn. Just think about that, guys. How crazy that is. They want this to... Oh, God. I can't even... If the Shield were ever to reform, he would get the same reaction. Like, if this stays the way it's going, and the Shield does, reform in the next year or two, he's going to get the booing reaction, and it's not going to be good. It's going to be the same way when Evolution got back together. It didn't really work out because they're supposed to be over, and the Shield were supposed to be heels, and it just didn't work. Oh my God, I don't know what to do with this guy anymore, and I feel bad for the creative people that have to deal with Roman Reigns and try their absolute best to get this guy over. To even have AJ Styles and other people putting him over, and it just is not working. The crowd is not buying it. The crowd knows how rushed and how shoved down our throats this guy is, and I feel bad for him. Yes, it sucks and I hate it, but I don't hate the guy in general. He's the company guy. He's the next John Cena. He's going to do what he's told. So, I feel bad for Roman Reigns in an instance, but then again, I just hate his character. And it's got to change. I more hate the company for putting him down our throats than Roman Reigns himself. And I'm fired up about that. Moving on to the next topic, guys. The women's division. I feel like the division has not made a drastic change. It has promised since WrestleMania, when after that they said, and there was rumors that this is going to be like the massive overhaul of the Divas division, or now women's division. This needs to change fast. Why the hell can they not have 2 matches anymore? Before WrestleMania, before this whole women's division overhaul, there was at least 2 matches a night. And this was like when the start of the Divas Revolution last year. Why the hell has that stopped? I don't understand this. They have the roster size in the women's division to do this. So why not? Why not have more than one feud going on right now? Right now, they're solely focused on Natty and Charlotte, which in a way is great. I mean, good for Natty and good for Charlotte, getting some much needed attention, and they deserve it from what they've come through. But there are more women in this division, WWE. They should. They can have more than one feud going on at one time. The men's division do it, so why can't the women's? I thought they're supposed to be equal and be known as superstars throughout. There is a lot of women in this division that are seriously being misused right now. I can just name a few. Paige, and I'm not being biased. I know you guys know that she's my girl, but Paige is being misused. I'll get into that later. Naomi, as much as I hate her, she's being misused. She's a good talent. Emma, who they've sent down to NXT in the past year to get like repackaged and reworked. Now she's finally got her call back up, and now what? What about Sasha and Becky, for that matter, who just had the most unreal women's WrestleMania match ever, and now they're just being kicked off to the side? That's great. And now what? Where do they go? Where are they? And Lana, I thought they were supposed to make this big thing about Lana finally wrestling. She debuted her even her new ring gear, and now she's been not seen ever since. Plus, with the possibility of Bayley, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Dana Brooke being called up in the next year, they're going to need to get this division going soon. Hello, WWE. Plus, if there's a brand split in the upcoming future as well, I really hope that happens, there's going to be more of a need for more feuds in this division. In my idea, the Women's Tag Team Championship. I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of double takes on the women's tag title, but you know what? They need it. They can easily do this. I mean, you have a lot of women's teams out there, like they did, and they still have some. Like, you still have the Bella Twins. I mean, I know Bree's retired, but you had the Bella Twins. You had Team Bad. Paige can easily team up with Natty. They're like best buds. So, you know what? The tag titles would be awesome. I feel like there needs to be more good feuds started up between 2 women that carries... there needs to be a feud, basically, that gets started between 2 women that basically carries out throughout the years. It becomes one of those feuds you talk about like 10 years from now, i.e. Trish Stratus and Lita. Something like that. And I know it's not going to be Natty and Charlotte. There's that camp that it just has nothing written all over it. My guess... and I hope that everybody goes that way, is going to be Sasha Banks and somebody. And I hope it's my girl Paige, because she's really young too, and they can easily do it with her. Maybe it's going to be Sasha and Becky or whoever. Just something. There's got to be that feud that everyone talks about like 15 years down the line. The women's division needs a big overhaul, and it's got to happen soon, or it's going to get bland again, and then we're going to have to be talking about another revolution. This is 2 revolutions in the past year. Like, figure your shit out, WWE. God, it makes me fired up, and I know it gets a lot of you guys fired up out there too, because you want to see the women's division take off, and you want to see it succeed, because you know how crap it was in the recent years, in the past years, like from like 2008 to 2012. Like those were the worst years for the women's division. It was terrible. Like, there was a different women's champion like every month. It was terrible. It was garbage. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So moving on. Where is the United States title? Strange how WWE has just forgotten about this title. Do you remember last year when John Cena had it, how it was the most talked about title? It was more talked about than their world championship. I know it's because John Cena had it, but they had the open challenge every week and it made it more meaningful. Where is it now? It hasn't even been talked about, or like it hasn't been defended since WrestleMania. Even before that, I can't even remember. That has not been talked about since WrestleMania. That's almost a month ago now. Like, Kalisto is not injured, so why is he not defending it, or at least starting a feud with somebody? I don't think he's fit for the title, unfortunately. And it's a shame because he's a fantastic wrestler and a fantastic competitor who's being underutilized right now because he's in that tag team. I mean, he's more of a tag team wrestler and more of a cruiserweight wrestler than someone who should be defending the United States Championship. I mean, WWE has such a huge roster right now, currently with tons of superstars that are suitable U.S. champions, that they would make it more relevant than it is right now. It's not even relevant anymore. I can't even talk about it. Like, some people you can give it to. You got Cesaro, Ziggler, Zayn, Owens, Jericho, and so on. You have all these guys that I would love to have as U.S. champion and make it more relevant again. I mean, should they just scrap the U.S. title? Like, what do you do? I mean, it sucks. I don't want it scrapped because I love it. I mean, right now, it just seems like it's being forgotten until randomly WWE is like, oh shit, yeah, we have a U.S. title. Maybe we should do something about that. Or I'm really hoping that they're waiting until the brand split to make it more relevant. That once the brand split's done, I'm like, okay, now we can figure out who can be the good U.S. champion. I really hope that's it. But you know what? I got an idea. Because there's so many multicultural wrestlers right now currently on the roster, this would make sense. Scrap the U.S. title, and you guys know where I'm going with this. Bring back the European Championship. Yes, that would be unreal. Do you know how over that would get and how much talk are going to be around the European Championship coming back? People would get so into that. Like, the amount of talent that are multicultural right now. You got Cesaro, Rusev, Sheamus, Del Rio. There's tons out there on the main roster right now. The European title would 100% make sense. It's got to be done. If you're not going to make the U.S. Championship relevant again, WWE, bring back the European Championship. Do it. All right. I got to take a drink before this next topic. All right. So this next topic, this is actually pretty interesting. It's been recently in the news the last week or two. And it's we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about this right now. It's the current superstars and their frustration with the company. Yes, current superstars, guys. It's not just former WWE superstars that are trying to get squeeze a little bit of dollars out of the company with lawsuits and stuff. Not going to name any names, but let's go through it. There's a couple. We got 1, 2, 3, I believe 4. Yeah, 4 superstars currently on the roster that are upset with the company. So let's start off with one. Ryback. Yep, Ryback is pissed off with the company. He said recently in a interview that he feels his match with Kalisto for the U.S. title at WrestleMania should have been on the main card. And you know what? I 100% agree with Ryback. This shit was on the pre-show. Not even the pre-show. Hell, it was started on the pre-show. I remember watching it with my buddies, and it was 5:45 that this match started. Are you kidding me? Half the people weren't even in the arena yet, and you're having to unite. This is how irrelevant it is, what I was just talking about. There's not even half the people in the arena, and you already having the U.S. title match. That match had way more potential than it produced, and it sucks. I bet you both wrestlers were extremely pissed in this situation. I could not agree more, Ryback. This match should at least been the second or third match into the main card, or leave it till the end of the pre-show where at least 90% of the fans are in the freaking arena. God, I couldn't agree any more with you, Ryback. I feel your frustration, and I'm with you on this. That is complete bullshit and complete disregard for the United States Championship and the prestigiousness. I don't know if that's a word, but the prestigious level that this title brings to the WWE. But moving on. Another wrestler currently on the roster that's pissed off at the company is Bray Wyatt. Yep, Bray Wyatt, guys. This is not because of his injuries either. So he was on the Sam Roberts Wrestling podcast, and he vented his frustration, saying he's frustrated on WWE and how they're booking him and the Wyatt family. He says that because they are so different to what WWE is used to, he doesn't think the company knows what to do with them and how to handle how much of a complete package they are. And I agree with them. I agree with Bray Wyatt as well. They're something different, something they haven't had since the beginning of Undertaker, and literally, they're finding it. I see how they're finding it hard for these guys to get a good feud and to get good bookings recently. Like in the last 6 months, the Wyatts have done really nothing. And I know they're playing this huge feud with Brock Lesnar, and I can't wait for that to happen. But like, you know what? I agree with them. In the last year, the Wyatts have really done nothing that I can say that, wow, this definitely sets off the Wyatts in like their future here in WWE. And I agree. Like it's crazy. I honestly agree with Bray Wyatt. Again, I could not agree more with Bray Wyatt. They're different, but it's a good type of different. I know what Bray's talking about. I think Bray needs to face his greatest opponent, and I think that we can figure out what to do with him after that. Like Undertaker didn't really get known well and get that hype behind him until he faced like guys like Hulk Hogan, and I think it was Kevin Nash when he was Diesel in that WrestleMania match. It's after that everyone's like, oh shit, okay, this guy's the real deal. He's the new face of fear. We got to get behind this guy. I think Bray Wyatt needs to face someone like that, and then he'll finally get over. He's over, but like he'll finally be that guy that WWE can actually like, get behind and actually know how to book him. The family just feels too big, though, in my opinion. Like, I see why WWE has trouble. Now, I can see why WWE has trouble booking him and his family, because I think there's just too many of them. Like, you have Eric Rowan, who's completely useless, by the way. I'm not sure if anyone likes Eric Rowan or, like, likes his wrestling style, but I know he's trying to improve, too, but, like, I think he's the least relevant out of all of them. Luke Harper is the best wrestler, I think, for sure. Great piece of talent right there. Braun Strowman is yet to be seen. I mean, Vince was so hype on this guy. I mean, let's get into that. Braun Strowman. Wasn't he supposed to get this like massive push at WrestleMania, and then this was supposed to be the year of the Strowman? Like, what the hell happened to that? So I don't know about Braun Strowman. And Bray Wyatt is Bray Wyatt. Everyone knows about Bray Wyatt. He's the main key in this Wyatt family. But I just don't understand. But I agree with Bray Wyatt from his angle, and I agree with WWE from their angle as well. It's kind of a two-sided fence thing right now, so we'll see what happens with the Wyatt family in the upcoming year. But moving on to another superstar who's frustrated is my girl Paige. Yes, even my girl Paige is frustrated, and I could not agree more for what she said. She recently said in an interview that she does not know if her character is heel or face. And you know what? I agree. Who the hell knows? Like, every other week, it's like, you want to say she's face, and I know she teamed up with Team Total Divas, and that's really face, but like her character doesn't scream face at all. Her character is more of a heel, 100% heel. Just her attire and the way she acts in the ring and proceeds herself, that is 100% heel. Also, she says despite flying, so she flies to Raw every week. I don't know if anyone knows this. Every week she has to fly over to Raw. She says she doesn't know and have no idea. She has no idea that what she will be doing that night, or even she will be used. How the hell do you do that to someone, WWE? I know like it's the job and it's the business, but come on. Really? Paige is an extreme piece of talent. You cannot let this girl go, WWE. She's young. She's the future of the women's division. She's one of the key future divas, and like she's one of she's gonna be one of the greats. This is not just a biased opinion either. She's gonna be one of the greats. You cannot let her go, WWE. Stop treating her like this. I can't believe this. I'm honestly like so disgusted in how misused she is. Like, this goes back to like the women's division talk earlier. WWE needs to figure out right now if she's a heel or a face and just stick with that. Enough of this tweener nonsense. Honestly, to me, she would be way better as a heel. 100%, way better. Her character just screams heel all over it, and I would love it. So WWE, figure your shit out quick. You cannot lose a piece of talent like her. She's part of your future. I just can't understand how you do that to someone. It's beyond me, but it's WWE. You know, I can't be that surprised. Another wrestler is Adam Rose. And if you guys don't know, he's recently been suspended for failing the wellness test. Way to go, Adam Rose. But apparently, he says that him and his doctor are shocked and appalled by the suspension because they think they've done nothing wrong. They said that they followed correct protocol, to make sure that they stayed within the rules of the wellness program. He also said that he is not angry at WWE on their decision. He thinks that WWE just mistaken him by suspending him and does not want to say anything that would be career suicide. Well, yeah. Okay, Adam Rose. I mean, I bet you guys need to check me a little bit more and check the fine print, but how can you... This is your second offense. This is what I don't get. Adam Rose, this is your second offense. Don't you think you would learn by the first time that you would have, like, double-checked everything? Like, this is your second offense. One more and you're fired. You're getting the Vince treatment. You're out of town, bud. You think you'd go back and triple-check everything, not just be, me and my doctor are shocked. We did everything correct. This is not right. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get fired. Like, what? That speaks for itself. You're an idiot, Adam Rose. Bottom line, you're an idiot. But apparently there's a lot of chatter backstage and like around just chatter everywhere that the wellness program test is on being legitimate or not. It's being said that it seems like it's being strongly geared towards the lower carded wrestlers and not the main event talent wrestlers. I cannot agree with this. I mean, maybe there's a reason that the main event talent... maybe there's a reason why they're not being tested, or it makes seem like they're not being tested on the main event talent, but they're main event talent for a reason. Okay, Adam Rose, you're getting your second offense. Do you think WWE wants to put you in the main event? No! When you do shit like that, you're not going anywhere. End of story. I'm done with this. I'm not debating over this anymore. You know, you can go a million different ways with this, so we're just going to move on. All right. Next topic, ladies and gentlemen, the status of Shane McMahon. WWE has still not come out yet and said whether Shane is officially running Raw for good or just for now and every week. Oh, shit, look, Shane's back. He must have gotten some overwhelming social media support. That nonsense. I don't get it. I'm done. I can't. Every week I'm just going to be done talking about it. But, like, what happened to the Undertaker match stipulation? He lost that match. You're not supposed to be running Raw. As much as I want him to run Raw and I wanted him to win that match, he's not supposed to be here. He lost. What the hell was the point of the stipulation? God, I just don't understand. And where's Vince for that matter? He showed up the Raw after WrestleMania and said, oh, yeah, you can be in charge for the night. And then we've never seen Vince since. Where the hell did he go? Where'd you go, Vince? They're like, where's the authority, too? Like, where are the authority? They haven't been seen since WrestleMania. There's, like, no news about it. The commentators haven't said shit about the authority if they're on vacation or something. They're just forgotten. Again, like the U.S. title, they're just gone. Who's running SmackDown? That's what I want to know. Who the hell is running SmackDown right now? Like, not that it matters, but, like, who's running SmackDown? And for, like, the 1,000th time, this is why there needs to be a brand split. Because now you have no one running SmackDown. I don't know who the hell's making decisions over there. You have basically, like, the wrestlers making the decisions over there, which is stupid as hell. And then you have Shane running Raw every week, but being announced on the show, oh yeah, Shane's back again. There's no, like, solidified GM of Raw or anyone running Raw. I mean, despite Shane making good decisions on things, it still doesn't feel like he's running things and making decisions for himself. Like, he hardly talks backstage, or he hardly talks in the ring. He'll say a few words and stuff, then that's it. We won't hear from him for the rest of the night. I'm just feeling very confused watching every week, and just to see if he's actually running things and making the decisions. Like, I'm just really, really confused by this. And for some odd reason, Shane appeared in a dark match on SmackDown this week and actually got physical. What the hell was the point of that? I mean, it wasn't televised, but come on. He's supposed to be running Raw. Why is he showing up on SmackDown and kicking the crap out of Miz? I'm like, what? I didn't get that either. I know you're probably doing it for the UK crowd, but come on. So if the story is for him to be running Raw, why does he show up on the other brand? And I know people are going to say because it's not an official brand split yet, but come on. Like, look at it from the outside the box. Like, it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's move on to the last topic here, and it's a tag team I'm not so high on. It's a shame because they're pretty good in NXT, and now they just seem really bland now coming up to the main roster. Is the Vaudevillians. It just doesn't really seem like they fit yet. I think they kind of jumped the gun with bringing them up. I think they should stick in NXT for a little longer, get over a little bit more, because like now it just seems boring, and it looks like they're going to slip into that Ascension role and just be forgotten. Like that the Neville role too. Like Neville just got forgotten about really quickly too, and became the mid-card jobber and the mid-card sometimes winner guy. Like, the gimmick just doesn't seem like it's going over with the crowd either. Like, the demographic right now for WWE in the crowd, not NXT, the WWE crowd, is like 70-80% kids. And this whole circus-type wrestling attire and gimmick, it's not going over with them because the kids don't know what the hell that is. The adults sure know, but like the kids aren't buying it, WWE. The crowd doesn't even seem to be buying it either. I mean, they're fantastic wrestlers. It's just a bad gimmick. Terrible. They need to be retooled and repackaged, sent back down, and then bring them back up with something better. Because right now, I'm telling you right now, WWE, it is not working at all. And it's sad because they're in the tag team tournament final and have potential to win and go face the New Day for the tag titles. Which, if they do, I don't see them winning. That'd be really sad if they did. But who knows? So other than that, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's show. Yes, that's it. Only 6 topics this week. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this episode of the Sunday Night Heat, head on over to the YouTube and Spreaker page and hit that like button. And again, if you would like to join in on the conversation, have your comments, rants, or questions read and discussed on the show, you can tweet at me, send me an email, or drop a comment in the YouTube video. As always, this episode of the Sunday Night Heat is broadcast live on Spreaker Radio at Spreaker.com/NHBWP. And after it is finished, it is posted on our YouTube channel in full. All the links will be in the description below, guys. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay fired up, y'all.